DDR5 can significantly rise in price within a month, Micron does not want to sell cheap RAM to gamers. Today, it is customary not to mention the shortage of semiconductors that descended on us in 2021. It is not clear what the reason for such modesty is, but experts say that the world will face the consequences for many years to come. For example, due to the lack of graphics chips, there is an imbalance between production and consumer demand. As a result, many gamers still can't afford a gaming video card, while miners sit with their rigs full and stare sadly at the power outlet. If you are not aware, the low cost of cryptocurrencies has led to the fact that the production of altcoins is not able to recoup the cost of electricity. The miners are not ready to sell their farms yet, but no one knows what surprises are waiting for us in the future. But back to semiconductors. Despite the attempts of some players to keep prices at the level of 2021, there is a downward trend. Nvidia is doing its best to make sure that video game enthusiasts pay as much as possible for graphics cards, resorting to creating artificial scarcity, but in many other industries, the opposite process is happening. For example, manufacturers of 3D NAND chips unexpectedly faced overproduction. In 2021, many of them made Napoleonic plans, expecting explosive demand, but instead an economic crisis descended. Europeans are seriously thinking about the lack of energy, but as a result, sales have fallen to the lowest levels. Experts note that many products based on 3D NAND have never been so cheap. First of all, we are talking about flash drives, DDR4 RAM and solid-state drives. Potential buyers are happy, but manufacturers are upset, because now they cannot report to investors about high margins. The world has gone crazy, because in recent years it is no longer enough for large companies to simply make a stable profit. These guys decided that they can constantly grow, and this is impossible. It seems that the market needs a sobering shower, because some participants continue to bend their line. As reported, Micron decided to take an extremely dangerous step, namely, to reduce production by 20%, hoping to create a shortage of 3D NAND chips on the market. Technology insiders have not yet commented on such a controversial decision, but today we can draw several conclusions. First of all, DDR5 RAM will not start getting cheaper. It is assumed that prices for it may return to what they were at the beginning of 2022, and consumers will be able to feel the effect in a few weeks. Many analysts believe that the market overflow would put pressure on manufacturers, who will begin to reduce the cost of new RAM. No matter how much more expensive it is, because Micron is a key supplier of 3D NAND chips on the market. But regarding the impact on the cost of solid-state drives and flash drives, there are big doubts. The reason for this is that Chinese companies have long been ready to expand into the global market. Moreover, domestic consumption in the Middle Kingdom is high, and the reduction in production capacity of such a giant as Micron will allow small companies to get out of the shadows. Curiously, the actions of the American company are not limited only to reducing production capacity. So, Micron said that it plans to reduce capital expenditures by 30% compared to the previous year. Allegedly, this will save a considerable $8 billion. There is an opinion that this will not work, because currently Micron is building a large factory in the United States. Let's remind you. At the request of the American authorities, many semiconductor giants are forced to move their production facilities from China and other countries to the United States. No one has a choice, so we can safely say that Micron's capital expenditures will not only not decrease, but also significantly increase. Well, as for how the American company actually plans to stop wasting money, it remains to be seen. It is possible that a controversial decision will be made to reduce the number of employees. Today, many people do this, and as a result, tens of thousands of specialists will be thrown out on the streets. By the way, there they are selected by Chinese companies that are willing to pay very generously for access to technology.